beautiful Sagittarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details, and I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Sagittarians, this is your monthly reading for April. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But just to make you aware, April really ramps up the energetic pace of the year by opening our first major portal of change through an eclipse, and that occurs on the 20th of April. Now, many years ago, of course, eclipses were feared and seen to be a negative aspect, but they actually offer an opportunity to supercharge the intentions you've already set, especially as this new moon eclipse is actually in the sign of Aries. Now, it is a unique opportunity as it is the second moon in Aries in a row that gives you that go-getting, tenacious spirit to focus on what you want and get stuff done. Also, this new moon communes with Pluto. So anything that's been ever troubling you or anything that's been inauthentic in your world, it's broken down and released. It's a month to really declutter and detox your body, mind, soul, and the home space as well. It's not all plain sailing, of course. This time period can feel extra pressurized as you'll be doing a lot of multitasking and being very productive. So it is actually important to set out some quiet time for you to relax, okay? Now, this new moon is, because it's a double moon in the sign of Aries, it often indicates we have a second chance to do something. So if you want to revisit that hobby or that book that you haven't finished, or even a project that you're in the middle of and still have not completed, or even if it's an area of your life that you want to reconnect to, maybe travel plans that you've had on the back burner for some time, or simply to rediscover parts of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with, this is the prime month to do it, okay? So it's a very important month indeed. Now, we do have Mercury retrograding from the 21st of April, and that is actually in the sign of Taurus, which can bring miscommunication when it comes to your finances. So it really is a good time to look at your budget, but also to make sure that your investments are safe and secure should there ever be an economic fluctuation. Now, of course, we are currently seeing economic fluctuations. It's been coming up in my readings for a couple of months now. They've been pinpointing March and April for major reconstructions in the economic or financial industry. We've been seeing it physically already, and this time period, it's really important to safeguard your finances by making sure that they're in separate institutions that are not linked, just so that you are insured for a certain amount of finances. So I feel like you're being very savvy and very clever about the way that you operate when it comes to your finances. We've got the Emperor there, so that really means that you are being strict and you're being very savvy, you're very knowledgeable, and you're in control of your circumstances. So I actually see you making some really good financial moves there. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Sagittarians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay. So it's really interesting, and I didn't say it, I didn't call it, and I actually didn't write it down either. Normally I write these things down. I do a little meditation before we start the reading with me and my guides, and they were showing me peacock feathers. Okay, so that was really an indication to, see how attractive you are. Male or female, not a gender-specific reading, but it's also about you being in the law of attraction. being magnetic and attracting opportunity towards you. But most importantly, it's about how you feel about yourself, your skills, and what you bring to the table, that you actually are more powerful than you realize. So stand in your power. And I didn't call it, but actually they've given you the Queen of Wands there in this peacock feathers. So I have to discount it for what I saw, because I can't really prove it to you that I saw it before it came out. But they were giving me that energy for you. So this is a really good month to stand out from the crowd and also attract a mate if you're looking for love, okay? But we will get there when we get to it. I'm just going to take each card as it comes. Now, in particular, my beautiful Sagittarians, your 11th house is activated at the beginning of the month. Now, this is a very important house because it connects to your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. So anything that you have been manifesting, I feel like it's starting to show up for you, or you're starting to get signs and symbols that are preparing you for the abundance that you have been trying to manifest or attract at this time. Also, the 11th house is a very sociable house. So if you have been a little bit withdrawn or a homebody, which I can see here with the Four of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands there, I feel in order to gain balance, you have to come out of your comfort zone. So if you have been, as I said, in hermit mode, you've been in hibernation, shall we say, I feel like you're actually coming out and shining your wonderful light this month, and perhaps being a little bit more sociable than usual, whether you're connecting to like going out to art galleries or events in the community, or even, you know, connecting to friends, whether you've seen them, you know, recently or you haven't seen them for a long time. I feel like you're a little bit more sociable because your 11th house is influencing you. Also, this is about your social circles as well. So I feel some of you are revamping your social circles and connecting to community events or groups, new group settings, in terms of things that interest you. So you may join a book group, or, you know, a walking group, or, you know, if you really enjoy playing a certain sport, you may join a group that, you know, dabbles or is focused on that sport. Whatever it interests you, I feel like you're finding a group setting to include yourself in, and you find your soul tribe. So this is a very important month for that as well. Also, you do have your 5th house taking over from the 11th house, and that's around about the middle of the month, and that is the pursuit of pleasure. Okay, so a lot of you are going to be thinking about, you know, you've been working really hard, but how do I bring a little bit more fun into my life? You may even think about taking a break, or, you know, traveling, taking a vacation, but this is, you know, your search for pleasure and meaning. Also, you will be a little bit more creative than usual as well, so you may find yourself taking up a new creative pursuit, a hobby, or even, you know, finishing a project that perhaps you started. Now, your first card here is the Moon card. So this is all about self-reflection. So this is a big month for asking those bigger philosophical questions like, are you on the right path? Are you connected to the things that you really want to be connected to? Are your dreams obtainable? And if not, how can you build a plan to make them obtainable? Especially since you got the Emperor there. This is about building a structure or a strategy to get what you desire in life. But this indicates that you are really having a period of checking in to see if you're on the right track. Now, the Moon card actually indicates you'll be a little bit more emotional than usual, maybe a few emotional fluctuations. They're actually giving me hormonal fluctuations this time. That's not something that normally comes up there. So some of you may be going through the menopause, for example, or you may have been unwell and there's some sort of hormonal fluctuation going on there, and you're trying to navigate your way through this. I feel like you will control it, or you will find a way that is alternative to approach it, and it will plateau, it will level itself out, and you'll feel a little bit more vitality and energy at the end of the month. So if you have been struggling in those areas, you definitely will come into balance towards the middle to end of April is what they're showing me. Now, the Moon card indicates the unseen. Okay, so the universe is orchestrating opportunity behind the scenes. You must trust in the moment. You must trust in the universe to bring you, you know, what you desire, because things may feel a little bit uncertain, or you may feel a little bit of doubt in your situation at the moment. You may even have felt a little bit confused about your purpose or your direction. But April is the month to gain clarity and find that purpose, especially since we have the Page of Wands here, which indicates, I mean, this is a Sagittarian card in itself. So I feel like you're really, you know, identifying areas where you feel a little bit stuck, and you're coming out of a comfort zone and you're actually finding that purpose. The Page of Wands is, someone who's got lots of wonderful ideas, which you do. You're someone who is very active. You may be a little bit more active than usual this month as well. You may be getting back in the gym, or even if you're not in the gym, you may find yourself being a little bit more active physically this month as well, taking on new projects with wonderful new ideas. But as you can see, the Page of Wands is someone who's bold. They're venturing forward into new territory. So you may find yourself venturing into uncharted waters this month, and it's very exciting. It's very exhilarating. So whether it is a new opportunity that comes your way that's very creative, or whether it is you starting a new project, or even going traveling, opening yourself up to other cultures, I definitely see you having a little bit more spontaneity this month, or doing something a little bit different this month as well. Now, pages, they bring news. So I feel something that you've been working on or controlling behind the scenes and not really telling anybody about it, I feel it's going to turn out really well, going to be very, very successful. So I feel some really great news is headed in your direction, but you kind of knew this, or it's something you've been expecting. I feel with the Moon card, you've been keeping your cards close to your chest in some area of your life about something that you've been orchestrating or planning. Okay, you're in control of this, whatever this is. The Emperor energy indicates a strategy or a plan that will really set you up for the future. Also, I feel with the Emperor energy that you are being strict with your budget financially, and also looking at alternative ways to capitalize on your finances. So, of course, I feel with the Page of Wands there, this is you, when it comes to being financially savvy, I feel that you're eager to perhaps get advice or look at alternative advice regarding your investments, especially since we can see there are fluctuations economically around the world at the moment. So I feel like you may be looking at ways to safeguard what you already have, because the Emperor energy is a protector, protects all their investments. So again, since you got a Tower energy here as well, I feel like you're really putting yourself in a very good position, because you are super clever about, noticing patterns and trends, and just keeping an eye on things, so that you can remain in control and have that solid grounding. Now, also with the Emperor energy, some of you may have your own business, and you may be keeping it to yourself, or you may be actually having some sort of business decision or opportunity, or maybe you're, as I said, branching out a little bit, and you're keeping these efforts to yourself because you want to make sure it goes ahead without any distraction or any bumps in the road, shall we say. I feel like it's going to be very successful. I feel you will sign contracts. I mean, some of you, because we have the Four of Pentacles here, some of you may actually sign contracts or complete on a house or real estate this month, and you're going to love it. You're just going to feel so great in your own place. For those of you who do not are not on the track to buy your own property, you may think about moving, and wherever you move to, whether it's renting or if you're moving back home with family, I feel it's actually going to be a very loving, calming space that is actually very, very good for you, okay? But the Emperor energy, especially since we got the self-reflection card and the Emperor, this is really you contemplating your next move and having a real desire for change or for something to be different. Especially with the Page of Wands there, it's like, how can I bring something a little bit more exotic into my world? How can I bring more spontaneity, more fun? Because I feel like you've been working really hard. The Emperor energy is a very serious energy, someone who has a lot of responsibility, and you may felt that you have so much responsibility right now. And when we got the Moon card, the Moon, the Moon cannot shine all by itself. The Moon requires the sun to shine. And as you can see here, there's like that big old sunflower, which indicates you have a desire to recharge your batteries. So you may feel, if you're in the Moon energy as your protagonist energy, you may feel drained, or you may have felt something is draining your energy because you have so much on at the moment, and you're looking at ways to bring a little bit more joy and fun into your life so that you can naturally recharge your batteries. You're definitely going to find that opportunity this month. I also see some sort of travel. Whether you're planning it or whether you're taking it, this will definitely put a spring in your step. I see you, some of you may even go to travel to visit friends, is what I see. Okay, maybe out of state, it may even be across the world, but I definitely see that happening for you. Okay, now we have the Equilibrium card, and this, of course, is the Temperance card. So I feel some of you, You may have been feeling a little bit impatient about an investment or an opportunity, whether you're trying to move home or you may have felt like, come on already, get it moving. But it will happen in divine timing. Everything has its time and its space. So trust in the process is what they're giving me. But this is a card which it's like a desire. I mean, it's another Sagittarian card. So you are heavily influencing your chart this month where you're in control of your next move. And keeping an eye, as I said, on finances, but also, you know, there either maybe a new project or a new venture in your sights. This could be, you know, a promotion or raise that you have in your mind that you want to accomplish. You will accomplish that goal. I see you signing contracts. I see you, you know, having a lot of paperwork to deal with, but I see there'll be more work, but I feel like it's your chance to shine. So if you are looking for a high-level commitment relationship that connects to your job, and what I mean, not a romantic relationship, I mean high-level commitment with like a long-standing contract in a position that gives you stability. I definitely see you entering one of those. So even if you're in a job right now and you're trying to, you know, branch out or elevate, I definitely see some sort of promotion headed your way. For some of you who do not have a job right now and you're looking for one, I definitely see that there's someone very, very curious about your skill set, and they see you as a master or a mistress of your craft. You're the perfect person for the job. So don't let doubt or fear get in the way of you going for this thing, because you're right on track. It's meant for you. And I will pull a card financially. But I feel like it's a nice amount of money that will keep you ticking over and keep you secure financially as well, okay? Now, this card is a desire for balance and harmony. And you may have felt that life has just been a little bit off kilter for you recently. You may have felt like your energy is drained. You may have felt that you haven't got balance in life. You may have been feeling that you've got so much responsibility, so much work. You're in a repetitive cycle and you just feel like something needs to give because your energy just feels like out of balance, or things have been a bit chaotic. You may have felt that you've been spreading yourself thin and it feels more like your schedule is running you rather than you are running your schedule. But in April, you take back control and you are in charge of all your energy and your schedule. So I definitely see I mean, if you have placements in Scorpio as well, there may be something in that reading for you, because they're highlighting the tree there for you, which actually that showed up. That was their last trinket in the Scorpio reading. But I get a sense that you're going to reconnect a little bit more to nature in the month of April, really to just recalibrate your energy and ground yourself a little bit more, okay? Interesting. Of course, there's a map of the world there, but they're physically in the water showing me a turkey. Not the country, but a turkey, okay, the bird. Now, I'm just going to check in with that energy because that's a very unusual image to get. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. They're giving me that turkey is about honoring nature or reconnecting with nature, but also it's a symbol of abundance and harvest time for something that you've worked really hard to receive. Okay, thanks so much. I'm so grateful. I did not know that. They're giving me that the turkey is connected in some way to the element of fire. Okay, it's a fire element. I'm going to look that up because I did not know that. But it means rewards for investment. And especially since you're being given that go-getting, tenacious spirit because that new moon is in Aries. They're indicating that you are on track to reach your goals and you're going to be very satisfied with the efforts that you've been making. Also, it can indicate that you've felt a little bit separate from your soul tribe or from your family unit recently. And you may have been longing to get back to the good old days, or you may have been longing to be back in a time period where you felt like you had a lot of fun in these areas, and you may have felt that everything is shifted and it's just off kilter. But you will find in the month of April a way back to that sense of yourself. So I feel if you've been, you know the energy, I'm going to give you the energy that I feel because I can't quite pinpoint it. It's almost like you've been living out of a suitcase, even though you may not have been living out of a suitcase. It feels like you're displaced. I mean, some of you may have been just living out of a suitcase and feel that you're displaced, but I'm just getting this energy that you may feel pushed or pulled in different directions, like your home is in one place, but you're in another place, or you just feel like you haven't found where you belong yet, or you haven't felt like home has been found yet. I'm just getting this sense that, I mean, living out of a suitcase can literally mean that you're traveling because there is a map there. So some of you may literally go overseas. So please take it as it resonates. I'm not really sure. I can't quite pinpoint that energy, but if anything, I feel it feels just like you've felt like you haven't had somewhere to call your own. That's what I feel. Maybe you're being pushed and pulled, or you're having to restructure some area of your life and you feel that things are up in the air at the moment, but you will find that grounding in the month of April. Everything starts to slot into place and you know where you're at, okay? You find a control that you can have over things again, okay? Now we do have the Seven of Wands. It's in the resistance position. So there may have been something that you thought about giving up on, or you may have felt something has stalled in terms of a project that you were connected to, and it's put you a little bit out of balance. By the end of April, everything gets restored. Do not give up. That's what they're giving me. You have the gift of endurance. You are capable of making things happen. The Seven of Wands is a very important card which sees you at your personal best, okay? This is about your perseverance, your nonconformity, your sustained effort in some area of your life that gets the job done. It may seem like a big old, long haul or an uphill struggle in some area of your life, but the reward on the other side is worth it, is what they're showing me. Also, if some of you have felt a little bit stuck, or you've been feeling that you're a bit of a homebody and something needs to change, a home can be a sanctuary. But if you are actually in the home space all the time and you're feeling like things are getting on top of you, this is a time to break free from the home space and get out there and see what life has to offer for you. So if you have been feeling that your wings are clipped, it's time to really get back involved with society, or back involved with life again. Seven of Wands also indicates that you are a very, very strong person, and you may have been going through something recently that has drained your energy. It could be an unwellness. It could have been a procedure. I feel take the time that is necessary to recharge your batteries. Some of you may need to stay at home in order to recharge those batteries, but I feel you will be back to best. You will be strong enough to take on the day again, but make sure you have that time to recalibrate yourself, because it's important. You're worth it. The Seven of Wands also indicates here that sometimes you may be wondering, why does it have to be so hard? Why is everything so difficult? Why is it that you feel like you're tested? Okay, especially when you're trying to build something secure. You're a very honest and open person, and you just want the best for everybody. So you're wondering sometimes, why do people not want the best for you? That tends to mean that they are frustrated with their own circumstances. They're projecting their energy onto you. So just watch out for that. Protect your energy in the month of April, especially against people who may be trying to spy on what you're doing. There may be someone here who wants to try and take your ideas for their own, or take credit in some area of your life for something that you are doing. I mean, to be honest, you'll feel a little bit like your nose is put out of joint, but at the end of the day, this person has no impact on your situations long term, okay? Now, also, I see some of you, especially if you're retired, I see you using your life experience in order to be really open about something. It may be something that you commit to as a project that could help other people. It could be that you do some consulting in retirement, or you may write about your experience, because as you can see, this strong man, and again, this reading is not gender specific, it's about the energy, it's not about male or female, but you see this figure has all these things etched on their body, on their skin. So there's love, there's a sunflower there as well, representing growth and happiness. There's also a toxic symbol, so you've experienced things that are negative, but also positive. You've had a lot of growth. You are strong. You've been strong enough to take this journey. So I feel like you're going to allow that to in some way inform who you are right now, whether it's in terms of writing about your experience, or even if you are not retired and you're thinking about how do you set up a second stream of income, or how do you, help yourself in these uncertain times. I feel you will use your life experience to, it's like a fight or flight energy. I feel you do something that actually puts you in a really good position. So it could be starting up your own business, becoming an entrepreneur, and you may feel very uncertain about it because of the time period we're living in, but actually it'll be very successful, and you stand out from the crowd as well, is what I see here. Now we do have the Four of Pentacles, and you may have felt that these are uncertain times, and you may have been worrying about your finances. With the Four of Pentacles in this position, it does indicate that you will gain control of your finances and put yourself in a very stable position. Also, again, it's coming up, so I have to mention it. If you have been spending the majority of your time at home, I mean, you may enjoy it. It's fine. But if you're feeling that there's a little bit of stagnant energy, it's important to break the chains and get out there and, see what the world has to offer. Because sometimes feeling wonderfully secure in your home space, it's nice and cozy. It is your solace, it is your sanctuary. But if you spend the majority of your time there, it can get a little bit frustrating, okay? But the Four of Pentacles does indicate that you're building a solid financial structure in your life. But I feel you are, if you've been lacking grounding, you're finding that grounding in the month of April. Four of Pentacles also indicates that you're taking ownership for things like better eating habits, sleeping patterns, exercise routines, because you're trying to be the best version of yourself. Now, I keep getting the sentence, so I'm going to address it. It's, are my finances secure? That's what I keep getting here. But I feel with the Justice card here, I feel like you're making some adjustments that will put you in a really good position to weather any economic financial storm. Okay, so that's just popping up there. I have to address it. But I feel like you are keeping an eye on things and acting accordingly to your intuition, because the Moon card is a very intuitive card, and it indicates pay attention to your hunches. Okay, if you're being given a message or your heart is whispering that you should do something, do your due diligence, investigate it first, then take action accordingly, is what I'm being given there as well. But the Four of Pentacles indicates that you're being very discerning about your finances. You're not being spendthrift. Of course, you're, being balanced in your financial endeavors. Everybody's reading this month seems to be a little bit more heavy on the financial side, probably because we're going through a major financial fluctuation. But I do see that you are making some major changes in your life, and you're maybe a little bit worried about the decisions that you're making. You may be wondering if you're on the right path. The answer is yes, you are secure on the path that you're taking, and you have to be strong enough to go for it. I see a desire for independence, marching to the beat of your own drum and not compromising on your goals. I feel like you're making things happen, and you're finding inspired solutions to any problems that you've had. So you're actually finding that balance, and you will be rewarded for the hard work that you have been implementing in your life. Now, we do have the Tower. It says revelation here. The Tower is not always a negative card. Some people, they reel in horror when they see the Tower, like, oh, not another Tower moment. This means restructure, okay? But it also means a sudden epiphany or realization where you feel stuck in your world. The Tower is like a prison. You go round and round and round in circles until such time as you feel something's got to change. And it's about taking that leap of faith into something other. It's crossed by the Chariot card, which means you're coming unstuck and liberating yourself from being in the funk. So whether you're actually feeling unmotivated or a lack of energy, you're gaining clarity on how to change your circumstances, okay? Now, the Tower energy, also the Tower can represent something crumbling. A foundation that seemed like it was secure is crumbling away. But I feel it's actually a positive for you because it empowers you. It gives you a sense to rebuild in a stronger way. So you may be letting go of something that's been hindering you. So for example, you may be looking at restructuring your diet this month and think, you know what, I really love that food, but it makes me feel really bloated and it's not good for me. Even if it's a healthy food substance, but your body in particular just does not break it down in the way that it should, you may be eradicating that from your diet in order to feel more energy and a better spring in your step. So I definitely see you restructuring things to bring a healthier energy into your life. Also, revelation. I'm going to pull a quick card on it because I feel something that's perhaps was hidden comes to light. This has been showing up in everybody's reading this month. Something hidden comes to light, something that you're curious about. You were just waiting for this to come out. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I feel like there's a couple of things you've been waiting for to come out. You knew it. You knew the truth is what they're showing me, but you're wondering which truth is coming out now. So, I mean, Pluto does influence us all right up until 2024, where the hidden comes to light. So you may notice that the world offers some truth, but you intuitively knew it, okay? There's a lot to choose from, but I feel there's a couple of things coming to light that you already knew about. Now, something you've been waiting for, something that you felt perhaps has been up in the air or in the mix, or you felt out of control to make it go faster. So it may be something that relies on another factor, a third-party situation. And by that, I mean, say, for example, you're going for a promotion. You know, you've done all the work. You've been implementing all of your energy and your attention to it. But, of course, it's in the hands of the people in power in your working environment. So it's in someone else's hands, but at the same time, you've been working really hard to show that you've got what it takes to be in that promotion. So I feel you are elevated and you hear news on something that you've been working really hard towards, that you will be satisfied and feel content that you did a really good job. The Two of Wands indicates preparation, or feeling a little bit of expectation and yearning, and maybe even a little bit of restlessness that it hasn't shown up for you just yet. But the thing that you've been thinking about will show up. The Seven of Cups is a very important card because it indicates now is the time to use your imagination and visualize all the opportunities that you could potentially have. This card is the power of possibility, and it will enrich you, okay? So it's important, though, to get organized and focus on the thing that you want this month. So you may feel, or you may have felt, a little bit scattered in your energy, but this month is all about focus and getting a practical sense of what it is you desire. And be decisive, because the King of Swords is like the thing you've been thinking about, you're taking action on right now, and you've got a plan. With that and the Emperor energy, this is a very important card to be organized this month, because things may start to pick up the pace later on in the month, and you want to be ready. You want to have your batteries recharged. King of Swords also indicates, you discovering a truth, and you being a pro at a situation, especially when it comes to your finances as well. I see you have a lot of options open to you and you're being a pro. Now, some of you may have felt a little bit detached in your energy recently. You may have felt, as I said, a bit scattered, or you may have felt like you're just on autopilot at the moment. But as you move throughout the month, you're going to regain that sense of passion, joie de vivre, and a little bit more spontaneity. I feel with the empowerment card, which is the equivalent, of course, of the chariot card, some of you may take a trip, or you're planning a trip. It may be a sudden one, something you're like, okay, tomorrow I want to go here, or on the weekend I'm just going to book a trip out of town. So I feel this actually recharges your batteries and really empowers you. But this card indicates direction. Headed in the right direction. You're making progress in some area of your life that you've been dedicated to, that you've been committed to. This is a card of victory and energy and confidence, being disciplined to make stuff happen. Also, the Chariot card indicates you're overcoming a bump in the road, or some sort of disappointment, or some sort of delay. Things that have been delayed, or projects that have been delayed, or something that perhaps you felt has been stuck in the motions. It starts moving ahead, and you're excited because you get closure on the situation. This could be you tying up loose ends on a project, or, as I said, buying real estate, and finally you just, you close on that, because we do have the home space there with the Four of Pentacles. So this indicates stay strong, everything will work in your favor. Some of you may also be curious about moving physically in your world, whether it's to move homes, or even move states or countries. Some of you may be on the move and be looking at your options of where you belong, because I really feel, because your 11th house is activated, this is about where you belong, your sense of home, and your sense of your hopes and wishes and your desires and the place that you long to be. But also your 5th house is like, it has to be somewhere that's fun. So I feel like April is going to be you kind of like kicking back. Okay, they're giving me a song right now. Oh, wow, this song really does connect to your reading. Also, my ears are really itchy at the moment. So This indicates, I'll give you the song in a moment. Some of you may have some sort of allergy or something that you're eating that you really love, but it's really, you're allergic to it, or you're having some sort of reaction to it. And it may manifest in the ears, itchy ears. Okay, so I'm really getting that heavily. I'm going to ground myself because I'm feeling it really heavily here. It's not my allergy. I'm just picking up someone's. So just watch out. I almost want to say it's dairy related, but I can't be for sure. Please take it as it resonates. Really investigate your own personal situation. I'm not a dietitian, and I'm certainly not a medical representative or anything like that. So, but I'm just picking up an allergy. So just watch out for that there as well. It may lower your immune system is what I'm getting. The more you have it, it's just chipping away at your energy, and it's just making you feel a little bit off center. So watch out for that. Now the song that they're giving me, it's a really fun song, and it's a very famous song, and I actually do know this one. So surprise, surprise. Okay, let me just connect. Been working so hard. I'm punching my card. 8 hours for what? Oh, tell me what I got. Okay, thanks so much. I'm so grateful. I love that song. I might even go and play that song after I finish this reading. It's Footloose, and it's by Kenny Loggins, I think. Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I heard this like many, many years ago. It's not normally my genre of music that I like, but it is something that gets me moving. You know what I mean? So you want to kick back, be footloose and fancy free is what I'm getting from that song. And I can see with your energy that you have been working really hard. Even if you're retired, you've still had a lot of responsibilities and a lot of stuff that you've been doing. This could be around the home space, but it could also be a lot of personal development work that you've been doing, a lot of emotional heavy lifting. And it's about time to like kick back and have a little bit more fun in life as well. So I feel like you're closer to creating a schedule, or your day-to-day to be a little bit more spontaneous, or have a little bit more exciting things to do. Also, they're giving me that you'll hear this song in the next 6 weeks or so, and there's a wonderful invitation being sent to you. Okay, you should take this invitation. You should definitely go to this event. If you're looking for love, you could actually attract someone there. I don't feel like that's your focus this month in particular. I feel it's more about your purpose, your sense of direction this month, and the things that you're connecting to make sure that you are a little bit more happier. Some of you may want to settle down. You may want to meet someone, but I feel like you may meet this person at this invitation. You have to travel to this thing. So it could be an overseas invitation, or it could be something that's a little bit further afield. Definitely take it. I feel like you'll have a lot of fun. And if you're in your own business, you're an entrepreneur, there may even be some networking that will go on there organically, because who likes networking? No one. But I feel naturally you'll meet someone who's going to be imperative to your life going forward. And this is whether you're in business or not. I feel there's someone at this event that you will strike up a rapport with. And I feel long term, this person is important to your life. Okay. Now we do have the Justice card. So yes, I got to be honest, there's going to be a lot of productivity this month. You're going to be really busy. You may have a lot of paperwork to do, or a lot of administrative tasks. Some of you may be going through taxes, or you may be looking at your finances in a more detailed fashion. This is about you being very practical. Also, it's about making adjustments in your life and making sure you have balance. Some of you, well, let me put it this way. Some of you may come across someone in the next 6 weeks who is very insensitive. They may actually say something. It may be a family member. It could be a soul tribe member. It could even be someone you work with, or someone in the community. I can't quite identify who this person is, but this person, they're a little bit insensitive, and the way that it's like they're condescending to you. Okay. I feel like you're just going to smile and just radiate your light. And that puts the biggest shade on this person ever, because they thought that they could push your buttons, and they can't, because actually they actually bear no relevance on your life whatsoever. So just remember this moment where there's someone who is going to, they're condescending. That's what the energy I get. It's almost like they're looking down on you, and they say something that you're like, excuse me, what? Under normal circumstances, you would probably take this person out. But actually, I feel that you're very fair in this situation, and you rise above this drama, and you just smile. And that just takes them out even more, right? So there's something about this. I just feel like you look at them like, oh, it's almost like, when someone says something to you that's horrible, and you're like, thanks. thanks for that. And they're like, what? No, that's not the reaction I was hoping for. And you're like, you know what? Untouchable. I've got my vibes going on. I'm really positive, and you do not have the power to change this energy. And that kind of irks them even more. Now, I would never use a word like irks. That is such a wonderful word. IRKS. That's what they're showing me in the water. Irks. So I'm going to look it up. I think it means to get under one's skin. But I love that word. So whoever uses that word, and I'm picking up on your energy, that's a brilliant word. And I'm going to use that even more in my day-to-day. Yeah. So just watch out for that. Remember this moment. Justice card also indicates you lead with truth, and there's something that you're doing, some sort of project that you're doing it all above board. Keep doing it the way you're doing it. You're doing an awesome job, okay? Now, the Justice card, there may be some legal matters or contracts to deal with, or something to sign. Make sure, this did come up in the Taurian reading, make sure you do it on time. Okay, it'll go really smoothly is what I see, but it may be a surprise document, something that comes out of the blue, like, oh gosh, I got to get my paperwork together. So for example, it could be that you decide to travel, and then suddenly you look at your passport and you're like, oh gosh, I haven't got 6 months, so I need to do my passport right now. What I mean by you don't have 6 months, the date is coming to an end or something. There may be a document that is date sensitive, and it may require attention. So I'm just giving you an example, like a passport or a visa or something that's important. It may be imperative to travel, but just check your dates. You know, I can see everybody like now going, let me just check that. Oh no, I'm in date. But there is something here about a time sensitive document that needs to be addressed, because you'll need it. Okay, so just watch out for that. Let me see what else I'm getting here. Now, there may have been someone in your world who tried to, I keep coming back with someone who's tried to push your buttons or take credit for something that you did. They will get their karma, okay? So I just want you to be aware of that. Let me see if I'm getting anything more. I feel like your voice is super important this month. So speaking up for yourself, finding your voice, or maybe even something that you physically do in terms of your work. It could be that you are giving a presentation, or some of you may go for, if you're in the public eye, for example, you may do like an audition, or you may actually, you know, say something that is really relevant to other people that will help them. Your words are your power, okay? Okay, thanks so much. I'm so grateful. This is an interesting... Okay, they're giving me words have the power to weaponize. So be careful with what you say. Be diplomatic about a situation is what they're giving me, but also recognize that sometimes people use words in order to hurt, or in order to dent your energy and derail you, because they're not happy with their own life. So just keep a protective energy about you. Sometimes, you know, it's important. I always keep a black tourmaline with me, and, you know, it just absorbs negative energy. So again, if there's something that you're working on in secret, make sure, you know, you just protect your energy, because you don't want anyone to try and derail you. Now, some of you may have been going through legalities, or you may have been going through a divorce before you've come to this reading. I don't want anyone to go, oh my gosh, I'm going to be going through a divorce in April if you're in a really happy relationship. It's only if you've come to this reading and you're already going through these things, the legal aspect or a divorce. I feel like you will, some of you, your divorce will be finalized, and you're going to be like footloose and fancy free, and you're going to be very, how can I put this? You're going to be very magnetic. So I feel like you're automatically going to attract new suitors. You may want to take your time. You may even think that you're not wanting to get married again, but I feel, you know, you're going to be very attractive at this time. So just be, you know, mindful that divorce, if you're with the wrong person or the circumstances were not ideal, sometimes divorce, even though you may be feeling a little bit low energy, divorce can be sometimes the most positive thing. I feel like it will go in your favor. It will be a very fair settlement. And I feel your, what do you call it? Your investments or your acquisitions, they are secure, is what I'm getting. Okay, so I feel that could be finalized too. Also, I feel if you're going through some sort of court case, I feel you may be surprised that there's some dirty tactics, or that someone tries to play games. But I feel if you are honest and open and do the right thing, it actually goes in your favor. Okay, so I'll just leave it like that. Now you're leaving the month on Queen of Wands energy. So this is you being magnetic. This is your passion being your power. So I feel a lot of you have more energy by the end of the month. You actually have lots of ideas. You're actually going to collaborate with other people as well, or find your soul tribe. If you're feeling a little bit on your own, isolated at the moment, and you've disconnected from your soul tribe, this is you being a little bit more sociable, getting out there and having fun. Okay, as you can see, the Queen of Wands, she's got the sunflower, and the sunflower only follows the sun throughout the day. So that's you really just following your happiness or your true bliss, and attracting all the possibilities and potential abundance that is open to you. So because we got the peacock feathers there as well, again, it's not gender specific, but this is about you peacocking your skills, or knowing that you're worth more in life and not settling for anything less than you deserve. Okay, and you've got the Justice card, so that indicates that you're going to get what you truly deserve in life, and all the investments that you've put in there, it's cause and effect. All the energy you've put in, you will reap the rewards out, is what they're showing me. Now also Queen of Wands energy, we start the month with the Emperor energy, which means you're being very strict with your budget, but by the end of the month there may be a desire to splash the cash. Okay, now don't shoot the messenger when I say this. If you've got the funds to treat yourself, go for it. Okay, but there's just a question, and I have to give it to you. I'm not here to tell you how to run your life or your finances, but they're just giving me this one sentence, so I have to give it to you. Okay, which is, do you need it, or can you do without it? That's the only sentence they're giving me. So I'm just going to give you that, and you take what you will from that situation. Okay, I'm just going to pull one more card for you and see. I feel you're going to start noticing how attractive you are. If you've been a little bit hard on yourself recently, in the month of April, you're going to really look in the mirror and go, you know what, I'm quite a catch. So whether you're single or not, I feel like you're finding that confidence within yourself, and you're finding that attractiveness. Sometimes when we're in a relationship as well, you know, the day-to-day strains and responsibilities, sometimes we forget that actually we are a feeling human being, and we like to be found attractive. We like to still realize that we got it. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're going to look at yourself in the month of April like, yeah, you got it. So we got the Sun card. You're only going where the sun is. The Moon card is about the draining of energy. And the Six of Cups is a gift from the universe. You are going to get some really good news, something that your heart desires, but also there is a desire to get back to the good old days and rediscover parts of yourself that perhaps you feel are missing, or that you feel like you've lost along the way. We've got the Sun, which indicates positive outcomes and you finding solutions to anything that you've been wrestling with. The Sun card is the most positive card on the deck, and you're having a bit of an awakening spiritually. Excuse me. I mean, these two cards literally mean you're leaving the darkness behind. Okay, there's an awakening. You're embracing the joys in life, and you're leaving the darkness and the confusion behind. Also, you're looking at your life, and you're only taking things that really recharge your batteries and make you feel good, and you're releasing anything that drains your energy. Because remember, the moon cannot shine all by itself. It needs the sun, and you are the sun. You are the energy. You are the joy bringer. So it's important for you to realize that anything that drains your life, or anyone who comes into your life, they see your light. If they're draining it, then they are not an asset to your life. Okay, and of course sometimes we have friends and family members who need our care, our devotion, our attention, and we give them that energy, and it does feel like you're exhausted, but it's rewarding because you're helping someone you care about. That's not the draining energy I'm talking about. I'm talking about the situations where you never get anything back, where you feel you're just giving energy into the void. And it could be a toxic situation, a toxic work environment, or something that is just not, it doesn't feel good. Okay, so I feel like you're really addressing the balance there. Also, the Moon card, if you've been feeling confused about some direction in your life, the Sun card indicates you find clarity this month and you know what your next move is. And with the Six of Cups there, this is a card to return to happier times. It's a card to, remember the innocence stuff in life. Life can be full of joy. Sometimes there are disappointing aspects to life, but the Six of Cups reminds us that we can be happy with the little things in life, building memories with people. And of course, money and things like that are important, but it's about your sense of, how can I put that, feeling or emotional contentment that's important too. Now, the Six of Cups does indicate that the universe pops in with an opportunity. It's a message or an offer that you will remember for the rest of your life, something that's really abundant and joyful, and extra blessings are headed. This is also peace. Some of you may feel a little bit nostalgic towards the end of the month as well, because the Six of Cups can be a card of looking back, sweet memories. Some of you may reconnect with old friends that you haven't seen for a while, but it is important to remember not to look back with rose-tinted glasses, because this card comes with a little bit of, a warning to say, don't live in the past, because the present is going to be much more rewarding than the past. The past is an illusion. It's already happened. We can't go back there. So don't extend your energy to it too much, because you're just wasting your energy in one direction, and you should be facing outwards to face the direction you're headed in rather than looking back. Also, some of you may have a message from an ex this month. It may shock you. It may come out of the blue. But I feel like you change the way that you look at this person, and you actually, I feel, you'll be really honest with this person. I feel like you'll cut this person out of your situation, and I feel like you're looking for something that's more rewarding, or you have something that's more rewarding. You'll still get a message from that person, but they're seeing you're glowing up. They see that you're doing really well without them, and they want a piece of it. And I feel you are secure in your energy, and you feel that actually they have no place in your life, is what I see. I see that you're moving away from anything that has been unhealthy in your life, okay? So we're just going to, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, get some final cards for you. We have Clam, okay? So that's open up. It's okay to feel vulnerable. So this is about you in that self-reflective energy of really looking at your emotions, the messy stuff in life. This could come up this month because of your 11th house of hopes and wishes, looking at all the dreams that you have and the hopes, the things that haven't gone the way that you want, addressing the path in order to tweak your plan to make sure you accomplish them. With the Emperor and the Sun, it means you will achieve your goal. Okay, but also you may feel a little bit more sensitive than usual this month. And again, I feel like something comes to light, a truth comes to light, something opens up, and you discover that actually you were right about a situation. We've also got the Octopus, okay, and it says here, keep to yourself, be discreet. So there's something here, as I said, that you're working on in silence or keeping to yourself. Keep it that way. It'll be much more rewarding and far-reaching. And it will actually happen much quicker than when you tell people about it, okay? An octopus is a sign or a symbol of abundance as well, and they are so clever. They're so intuitive. So I feel like you are, it's like you're embodying the octopus spirit, where you are, gliding towards your desires, and you have many fingers and many pies, and they're all going to work for you in divine timing, okay? So I'm just going to go get a trinket before we close. We have the footstep. So you're making your mark. Some of you may be doing something new, coming out of your comfort zone, as I said, but you're taking the first step, and it's going to be a very rewarding step. This is also an indication that you're making your mark. Your reputation is going from strength to strength. This could be what you're known for, but it's about stability as well. Also, some of you may be looking at something to do with your feet. Literally, there may be something, you may have had a pain in your foot, or, I don't even want to talk about this, but maybe like an ingrowing toenail or something. Ooh, you know what? Feet are amazing, but I'm not a fan. You know what I mean? Anyway, they just look a bit weird when you really focus on them. I don't know why I'm saying this, but anyway, that's just coming up for me. But Some of you may be actually going to a chiropodist or something like that, or you may have something to do with the feet, or you may be looking at your diet and how, I mean, you may be going to an herbalist or something like that to really change your diet, and they may identify aspects of health through your feet. So, you know, I'll just leave it like that. I also feel that you're actually going to see footprints or a symbol of footprints over the next 6 weeks. I mean, there is that very famous poem about footprints. And if you've been going through a very, very difficult time, you may have felt very alone. But actually, this is a time where you're being carried by spirit, you're being guided, and you're being protected and directed to where you're meant to be. So you're not alone. I want you to be aware of that. But also, I feel like you're going to see footprints as a symbol that change is occurring for you for the positive. And there's some really awesome news headed in your direction that you're going to be so excited about. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel, completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Sagittarians. Love and light.